Good afternoon and welcome here to the Virginia Beach Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, Virginia. My name is Austin Urge, bringing you this high school field hockey action. In this contest, we have Frank W. Cox High School taking on Salem. The Falcons against the Sun Devils. Cox in their white uniforms, the Sun Devils in black. Cox from the right to the left, currently in possession of the ball as they'll send this one inside the circle and inside the back of the cage. Early goal on the board here for the Falcons, as they're already up by one, less than about a minute into the contest. Quite an impressive start so far for the Cox Falcons. Couldn't quite see who was able to put that over the line, but regardless, that's a goal on the board. Just about a minute into this contest. Quite impressive, really quick start, and already back on the attack again as this one is passed up by Schwartz off to her left. Now a shot finds itself kicked away by the goalkeeper in the blue jersey for Salem. I believe that was the shot by Amy Schwartz. Either Schwartz or Spear, Megan Spear, getting that one done. And so now Salem trying to move up the field with that pass over the sideline. Off of a Sun Devils stick. And in towards the goal again. Goalkeeper having to come up with another save. She's able to kick it away, but that pass back across to the center of the circle. Cox in possession, looking for a shot. That one sent away by the defense again. Just outside the 25, inside the circle now. Knocked on near the near post, looking for a shot from Megan Spear. She's denied. Another good save by the Salem goalkeeper. Quickly restarted here by Lauren Boucher, one of the captains. Her shot low and on the ground, inside the back of the cage. Another goal for Cox, up 2-0 after less than 3 minutes of play. That one being scored by the captain, or rather one of the captains, number 14. Sun Devils with the restart. Boucher signed with University of Mary Washington, listed as a defender, but we've seen her multiple times this season and seasons past move up the field, start to build up on offense. She's had quite a few contributions, already her first so far today. We'll see if she can get some more. That shot goes wide of the post by Stevie Drum. Sun Devils in their black jerseys, really nice uniforms with the white trim. It's quite aesthetic as players are on the field looking to move up now into Cox territory. That pass over the sideline, out of play. Falcons coming up, about to restart the action here. Opportunity now for Salem, trying to pen Cox into deep within their own territory. They can keep them down here and force a turnover. It'd be quite a setup, but that pass seems to squeak by on the right side. As both sides battling for it. Cox comes away. Player losing her footing. She's back up. Possession over for Salem. Now here's Brooklyn Ryan. That one's taken off her stick by the defender. Number 17 in white. Up the field now, Spear. Megan Spear trying to get around the defender, able to do so. Centering pass, shot on towards the goalkeeper, kicked away. Still in a dangerous area, but now Salem seems to have cleared it, at least outside their 25, up towards the halfway line. Cox will reset on the attack. It's so important on those clears to be able to get the ball out of your territory and back down to the other side of the field, give your defenders and midfielders a bit of a break. And a scrum right in front of the goal. Both sides trying here to get this one into the back of the cage if you're Cox and keep it away if you're Salem. Almost like what you would see action against the boards at an ice hockey rink, with both sides fighting for the puck. Boucher inside the circle, a big swing, and that catches a defender's stick. Penalty against the Falcons, specifically number 14, Lauren Boucher. And the ball will start heading the other way. Bringing it up will be Hallie Pisterman. She'll try to find Mallory Haskey, but a keen takeaway there by Drum. And it's all the way back in the defense now. Addie Froelich up the field to Boucher. Quick give and go in the middle of the field. Zella Bailey. Shot from the left side. Stopped by a Salem defender. Fortunate there as they get the call going their way. Seconds after the whistle was blown. That ball rolled right into the feet of a defender, so no penalty corners here so far. As Sophia Birch tried to get a bit too involved there on that last play. Salem on the restart, looking to move down their left wing. Cox able to hold them off for now, slow down the counter. This will begin to get numbers up. The far side of the field. Looks like that might be Kendall Magnar. Now Boucher, she moves up the field wearing those orange cleats, which really help her stand out amongst the crowd. Great positioning here for Salem. They had numbers in the middle, but just couldn't quite find the pass in time. So the pressure from the defender, able to take it right off the stick and send it back down the other way. Cox on the attack inside the circle. Big windup and a swing and a goal. Falcons up by 3. So it took them a bit longer to get their third goal on the board. I believe that shot coming from Megan Spear. So 5 minutes in between their second and third goal. After it took them only about 60 seconds, less than that, to get the first one on the board. They responded about 75 to 100 seconds later with Boucher's goal. Cox in possession. They look to add another tally, and they do. An impressive shot there, almost on the backhand side. That one was definitely Spear. Correction, that was number 11, Drum. Spear passing it off over to Drum on her right side. Drum with plenty of room, winds up, takes a shot, and finds the far post. Less than 60 seconds, Cox doubles their lead, adding 2 goals on the board, and they look to add a 5th here in the first frame, dribbling through right along the end line. A couple of defenders trying to keep this one out. The attack still yet to poke it in. Finally, the ball squeaks outside the circle. Fortunate break there for Salem. Strong defense, though, as they turn away the Falcons. Their high-flying offense so far, 4 goals. Early on in this contest, brought to you by Shine Time, Power Wash and Paint. Your turnkey solution for all your power wash and painting projects, eco-friendly house washing, roof cleaning, decks and fences, interior and exterior painting. Big or small, they do it all. So visit ShineTimeInc.com for a free quote today. As Cox looks to move up the right wing, they're able to do so as they send this back towards the middle. Not quite liking what they see. Too many defenders. They'll swing it around the back now. In possession is Froelich. Looking to her right. Nice job by the defender. Able to use her pace. Madison Warren, another one of the team captains for Cox. gets there in time, keeps the play alive. Now inside the 25. Boucher has some help. She likes to take a shot herself. That one's about shoulder height, but off target, no one hit. Not even the goalkeeper. Doesn't have to make a save. Easy enough stop there. We have just about 5 minutes or so left here in the first quarter. Coming onto the field now is Elise Unger for Cox, taking the place of Megan Spear. Looking to get things going. Another shot, quick save by the goalkeeper. Another one headed her way into the back of the cage. And that's 5-0 so far for Cox. 11 minutes into this contest. That's another goal for Stevie Drum. There's the goalkeeper tasked with making a couple saves in quick succession right there. Able to get two, but the third one, Drum converting on her opportunity. That pass is picked off middle of the field by Zella Bailey. We'll bring it around to the defense. Addie Froelich. Off to her left. Good ball up through the middle. Really crisp, clean passing by the Falcons here, knowing what they want to do with the ball before they receive it, knowing what that next step will be in building up the attack. The ball is laid back to Bailey. Looking to move right along the sideline, kicked away by the goalkeeper. Nice save there. A couple of rebound opportunities. Whistle blows. Cox gets their first penalty corner of the day. Here 12 minutes into the contest. Haven't really seen too much offense here from Salem so far. Did have one opportunity deep in the Cox territory on that far side of the field in that far corner, where the defense able to take away possession, head back down the other side, and continue pressuring the Salem defense, which has been a victim almost this game. Setup and the shot. Busher trying to poke that one in on the near post after the penalty corner. And it looks like it'll be a penalty stroke here for the Falcons. Set to take it, Zella Bailey. As both sides line up. Bailey one-on-one with the goalkeeper, able to convert. So difficult as a goalkeeper in that situation, whether it's a penalty stroke or a penalty kick or a shootout in soccer, ice hockey respectively. Those one-on-one situations are so difficult to predict where the shooter will go. They have so much wide open real estate in front of them to choose from. Almost just have to guess the right way. Maybe you can try to catch an inkling of where they might be headed from their body language, but nice job there by Bailey disguising where she was going to shoot until it was too late. That ball was already in the back of the goal. So Cox out to a commanding 6-0 lead. A pair of goals from Drum. Megan Spear with one. Boucher as well. Alongside Bailey on that penalty stroke most recently. Salem yet to register even a single shot. Abby Spear hasn't made a save either. This one will come back towards Abby Spear, situated in goal. They'll move the ball around the field now towards the near side. They look to continue their offensive display. Sent along by Ostrowski. Up inside the circle now. Back up towards the top. Goalkeeper loses track of that one, but not to worry too much as it rolls over the end line. Quickly restarted, a short pass. Bailey comes back into the defense. Froelich. Off to the right side, here's Warren. Boucher taken away. Nice job there in the midfield by the Sun Devils. But unfortunately, just a bit too much of a heavy touch there from Kendall Magnar. She forces, the turnover is forced. Excuse me, that was Bianca Corpus for the Sun Devils. Was able to pick out that pass. Now challenging the ball carrier. This time she's able to take it away again. But getting past one defender proved to be a bit too much there for her as it's taken away. Cox back down the other direction. Nice job by the Falcons. See that they aren't really forcing it. They're buying their time, spending it wisely. Right along the end line inside the circle. Looking for room to shoot now. Unable to do so. Horn sounds. That's the end of the first quarter. Cox up by 6. A commanding lead so far. This game being brought to you by Shine Time, Power Wash and Paint Professionals. If you need to get your pool deck ready for spring, call the pros at Shine Time. Cleaner concrete or pavers? Rust stains? No problem at all. Shine Time has you covered. Visit ShineTimeInc.com for a free quote today. We'll be right back with the second quarter of this high school field hockey action. Cox up by 6 over Salem.
New DQ rotisserie-style chicken bites. I never thought unbreaded chicken this good was possible. I love you just the way you are. Finally, chicken that is tender, juicy, and flavorful all by itself. Thank you, DQ, for giving me just what I needed. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Falcons headed back out onto the field. They hold a commanding lead right now over Salem High School, 6-0. A pair of goals being scored by Drum, one by Spear, Megan Spear. Captain Lauren Boucher getting in on the action, as well as a penalty stroke coming from Zella Bailey with 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Austin Urch here bringing you the action. Salem set to restart. Your fresh 15 up on the clock as we're 15 minutes closer to halftime with a bit of ground to make up. here in the second quarter. Frank W. Cox High School doing a really nice job on offense, being able to be patient, bring the ball back down the field towards their defensive end, which in turn ends up drawing the Salem players away from their goal, begins to spread them a bit thinner across the field. So when Cox does get inside that 25, they do have a significant advantage. Salem being spread out. That's exactly what Cox wants to see, those one-on-one situations where they can do some nice through ball passes. We just see there as it's shuffled along to Bouchers. She's set to pass the 25, a bit light on her pass though, still ends up at her target. This one is sent into the circle. Cox able to retain possession as it moves all the way across to the right side of the field. Warren with a low shot on the ground off to the right side of the post, out of play. And if you're Cox here, you have to start with the simple things, build up from the back, make sure that your passes are to your other players and you're able to maintain possession coming out of your defensive 25 up through that midfield, and then work on that offense. You can't get this whole deficit back with one goal. Of course, every marathon starts with one step at a time. It's really important to keep possession, especially against such a strong and quick team like Cox, one of the best teams in the country in high school field hockey. They're not going to make many mistakes, but when they do, they give you those opportunities, that's when you have to capitalize. We'll see if Salem can do that as Sun Devils trailing by 6 here on this cloudy day. Cloudy and windy weather here in Virginia Beach. As Cox looking to add more to their tally, and they do. The 7th goal, not a correction, it wasn't quite a goal, I don't believe. So that shot just sailed behind the cage. Nearly looked like that one went in, quickly bounced out, but Light playing a bit of a trick on me here. There's only one penalty corner so far, so the Sun Devils with that going for them, only defending a dangerous situation one time so far. Ultimately, they were able to come out ahead on it as they denied the opportunity from Cox. Mallory Hask on the restart. She'll travel down the far side of the field, but picked off, intercepted, right past the halfway line. Cox wins back possession. A couple players chasing, Madison Bono and Harley Henderson, trying to shut down and force the turnover deep in Falcons territory. But good awareness brings the ball out. Drum on the far side of the field. Zooming near side up towards the top. Shot on, deflected away. Megan Spear, now Drum once more. Drum dribbling through a couple of defenders. This one kicked away by the goalkeeper. Taken out by the defense. Drum back at possession. Ball on her stick up towards the center. Shot and a score. That one, Megan Spear, 3:30 into the second quarter. She gets her second of the day. And that's just that unrelenting pressure coming from Cox. Even if you make a couple of saves, they're still coming at you full force, being so eager to take away those rebounds and get second, maybe even third, fourth opportunities, fourth chance on goal. As a defender, you have to step up there, make sure that you're the one who's getting to that ball first, be in the prime position to take that deflection or that rebound, get it out of such a dangerous area, especially against a potent team like Cox, who will punish you for any mistake and any opportunity they have. As here's Drum again. Nice job though defensively as it's taken right off her stick by the defender. Good kick save by the goalkeeper, denying that shot, sending it wide. Just about 5 minutes gone by now as here's Henderson. Boucher on her back. A bit too much there from the Sun Devils player. She gets whistled for a penalty. Good pass up towards the center, deflection. A shot up high. Into the back of a goal. I believe Drum might have had an assist on that one. Couldn't see who got the finishing touches there. But regardless, that's another goal on the board for Cox. 8-0 lead that they have. As Quinn Braithwaite heads off the field. Taking her place is Sophia Birch. Restart coming from Schwartz. Cox begins to move it up the field. Continuing that offense, but over the end line. Quick restart coming up here from Salem as they look to get out of their own territory. That pass off the mark, though. As Pisterman can't find her teammate. Rippentrop intended target. Great aggressive defending, though, from Mallory Hask, trying to force the miscue. But just too much support there for the Falcons. They're able to go back and quickly head back up the field. Megan Spear. Too much behind that pass. It rolls over the end line. Sun Devils with another chance to clear, another opportunity to slow things down, try to work out of their own territory. So that pass just off target last time, and again a bit too far in front of Rippentrop. Seems like the Sun Devil defense is on a different page here this afternoon. Hopefully looking to right things before too long, as we're about halfway through the second quarter. Over 7.5 minutes gone by of the 15 minutes. Penalty against Salem. Cox in possession, moving up the field. Nice poke there from Hask. Able to win the ball back for her side. So it's recovered by Magnar. They move up the field. Bella White couldn't quite control that pass as it skipped up, rolled right over her stick. Rather, that was Madison Bono. Good interception from Corpus. Corpus getting tangled up with two Cox midfielders. She's able to maintain possession and also win a foul. Really nice determination there. This is quickly picked up by Hask, looking inside the circle though. Taken away by a Falcon defender. Megan Spear brings it up the field. Shuffled along by Avery Parker, up towards Drum. Drum 2 goals already this afternoon, looking for her third as she enters the circle, takes a shot, and into the back of the cage. She gets her hat trick this afternoon. Cox up by 9. Third goal on the board for number 11, Stevie Drum. Coming 9 minutes into the second quarter. That's part of what makes Cox so dangerous. Anytime you start moving up the field, they're so quick to counter as they make interceptions, and they're doing a really nice job staying spread out, forcing the defense to be unable to consolidate and shut down the attack. This is so difficult to attack into and through traffic. It's just been a null factor here almost for the Sun Devils. But now as they win the ball back here inside the Cox 25, it's a big chance here to get one on the board. Hask, ball in her stick, looks inside the circle, taken away by a Falcon defender. on that far side of the field. Nice job there defensively from Madison Warren, one of the team captains here for the Falcons. She'll look to pass the ball up, taken away by Rippendrop. Poked away by Birch. Drum, past another defender inside the circle now. Looking for some support, has it on the left side, able to put that one right between the goalie's legs into the back of the net. Avery Parker. Cox up to double digits now. That's Avery Parker's first goal of the contest here. Set up on the sideline, M. Schwartz and Ziarcino look to be ready to enter and check into today's contest whenever their coach next deems fit. Also Sewan Levens. 3 different Falcons up at the halfway line. Ball in Salem territory. Should make that substitution pretty easy as they swing the ball back into the defense now. Addie Froelich. Elise Ungner up the middle of the field, taken off the stick of Bailey. Nice job there from Hask, but has been running around a bit too much, and she's unable to keep pace with the fresh midfielder. That's another benefit that having such a wide position brings to the table. Your players don't really have to run as much, and the defenders almost in the sort of catch-up game as they're constantly forced to track down the ball and make minor adjustments. This one looks to be sent inside the circle. Good defensive play there. Able to thwart that pass, turn it to the side, get it out of a dangerous area. Couldn't quite see who made that stop. And it was Mallory Hask. He's now being tasked with another play coming up here. Ball moving around to the left side of the field, shuffled inside the circle. Nice stick there. I believe that might be Henderson on defense. She's able to disrupt the play, slow things down for just a moment. All 3 substitutes back onto the field for Cox. Leathers getting her first touches of the game as she looks to swing it up the right wing. Caparici able to get past one defender, but the second one proving just a bit too much. Not to worry though, penalty called in her favor. Falcons still on the attack. You can see Sanford right there, wide open. They look to go down the sideline, the end line, get things through the circle that way. Nice job defensively, able to sniff that pass out though. Cut it off before it gets into too much of a dangerous area. Penalty against Cox. The Sun Devils with possession. Looking to move up the field. Cut off by Levens. Boucher just outside that 25. She'll swing it across to Unger. Release couldn't quite get there in time. That pass just a bit too far in front of her. Cutting off the field now, Boucher. Taking her place. Allie Kasser. We have just over a minute or so to go here in the first half. Sanford. Low pass towards the center of the circle. Nice job there, able to take that one away. Cox able to win it back. Bailey. A couple of defenders in the area. Penalty though, just outside the circle. Fortunate break there for Salem, not to give away a penalty corner. Now in striking the foot of the forward. I believe that might have been Parker. It just hit the wrong place at the wrong time. Gets whistled for a penalty. As Salem looks to advance down the field. That one rolls right over the sideline. Unfortunate break there for the Sun Devils. So it's restarted by the Falcons. Good interception though, but again, just not quite ready for the pass. Was number 21 in black, Harley Henderson. Nice idea, though, for Salem as the horn sounds. That'll be the end of the first half here. Cox with a double-digit lead at the halftime. This game being brought to you by Shine Time, Power Wash and Paint. Calling all local business owners, it's spring cleaning time. Power wash your building and walkways to instantly boost your curb appeal. You'll love the results when they make your business shine. Visit shinetimeinc.com for your free quote today. So Cox with a big lead headed into the half. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back with the rest of the action here. Don't go anywhere.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
Wherever,
however.
As a lifelong local, avid waterman, coach at Salem High School, coach at the Virginia Rush Soccer Club, also a member at Virginia Beach National and Hanover Ridge Golf Club. The 757 is a great place to live and play. As a seasoned realtor at the Bryan Group, I know I can find you the perfect home.
Nobody cares for more young knees than CHKD Sports Medicine. Our specialists, surgeons, and physical therapists work together to develop treatment and training programs that get young athletes back up to speed safely with the strength and confidence they need to stay in the game for the long haul. CHKD Sports Medicine. Care today to last a lifetime.
Okay, so maybe we're new to home improvement, but we're determined. We got an insider tip on the ultimate flooring destination. Whoa, Floor and Decor is amazing. Look at us. We're shopping alongside real-life designers and contractors. I love this tile. And this one. And these prices? Look at this. Durable and water-resistant. We should do the kitchen next. Oh yeah, we found where the pros go. Now we're unstoppable.
Explore Floor and Decor in person or online at flooranddecor.com.
We're back underway here in the third quarter. Cox up by 10. Impressive start for them so far here this afternoon. They're already back on the attack. In possession, here's Braithwaite. up towards the middle. Bailey across right in front. Salem trying to knock this one away. Able to do so, but just for a moment, sent back into the back of the goal. 11 on the board here for Cox.
It's the start of the third quarter on field 1 with Cox winning.
Coming
and
less
on
than
field 2, scores Lancetown
a minute
0,
here into the
Green
third
Run
quarter.
2.
Cox with their 11th goal on the board, and just a bit of a change here. Lindsay Arsenal, number 17, here this afternoon. Dropped off the 7 off my roster sheet. Number 1, Joey Savino. We'll make that change and apologize for that. I really appreciate a fan just checking in and making sure I have the correct roster. Of course, want to get these players' names right. They're working hard out here, even much harder than I'm working inside. Just sitting here broadcasting the game to you and everyone at home. Want to do right by these players and right by their families as well. There's Cox moving up the field right along the near sideline, just out of play. Quinn Braithwaite in possession, shuffles it along inside, looking for Bailey. Bailey with plenty of room. He'll pass the ball over. Busher. Up to the far side of the field now. Just out of reach, though, into the corner. Salem will have the ball back. They'll look to move up the field. Hask. Has the ball taken away. Busher will swing things back just for a moment. A little give and go here with Froelich. Great pass there down the wing, trying to find Bailey on the right side. And it looks like it'll be a penalty corner here, called against Salem. Bianca Corpus. And just a bit of a mistake there, recognizing that she did as soon as that happened. That was Rippentrop, excuse me. As she heads inside the cage. Coming towards the near post to take this penalty corner, Megan Spear. It's just the second penalty corner that Cox has had so far this afternoon. 1 in the first, 0 in the second. This is a short ball up towards Bailey. Bailey down towards the end line. Going to get it back across into the middle. Salem able to poke it away. Trying to keep it in bounds here. Number 14, Bella White. Double team coming into proving to be too much of a factor as Cox is able to win it back. Bailey on the near sideline. Kicked away twice by the goalkeeper. Penalty corner coming up, though, as that ball skipped up just a bit too high. Discussing a bit of strategy here, Cox, as they get set for their second penalty corner of the third quarter. Boucher to play this ball in. That's a short one. Makes it all the way across the circle, though. Takes a deflection. Looked like it was off the post. Able to take it away here, Allie Pisterman. She'll send a rocket down the field out of play. Nice job there by Pisterman, making sure that that ball is cleared away. And Cox can't have a second or perhaps a third opportunity to put another goal on the board. Defense. Cox able to move it up towards the halfway line. The Falcons carry it across. Number 14, Boucher, one of the team captains here. Braithwaite. Slowed up by Corpus, but she gets called for a penalty. Inside the middle now. Megan Spear up into a defender. Rippentrop able to take it away just for a moment before the Falcons win it back. Froelich. towards Busher in the middle of the field, back out to her left, far side of the field now, Schwartz. Pair of substitutions coming onto the field. Unger as well as Madison Warren. This ball rolls over the end line. Another substitute here for Falcons, Rose Bannon. Stepping back out inside the lines. Cox on the restart, about 6 minutes underway here into the third quarter, down by 11. The Sun Devils need to get something on the board here. Nice move to begin the journey up the field by Drum. She'll swing the pass out wide and look to receive it back inside, but nice speed there from Pisterman, able to take it away, watch the ball roll right out of play. Using her speed to her advantage, able to make sure that the Falcons wouldn't be able to continue that play on a nice give-and-go pass. Pisterman takes it away right off the stick of Megan Spear. Looks to break out of their own territory, though. The Cox defense in the midfield proving just to be too much of a struggle to get through. Bannon up top to Bailey. Bailey low and on the ground, kicked away by the goalkeeper. Braithwaite slows things down, brings it back to Warren. She'll send it across the middle of the field. Froelich finishes the journey all the way across inside the circle now. Penalty corner coming up. The Sun Devils can hold off on this initial opportunity and look to get a ball down to the other side of the field. They'll have the numbers advantage. But against such a strong team on the penalty corner, as Cox is, they'll have their hands full as this shot low off to the side. Looked like it might have skipped off the foot of Rippentrop. Might have gone off her stick instead. Some more substitutes. Parker onto the field for the Falcons, as well as Ostrowski back out. Here's Parker now, near side of the field in the corner, battling with Corpus. Corpus able to take it away. Hask has the ball taken off her stick. Good move to get around the defender. Shot just wide though, coming off the stick of Bailey. Salem a few moments ago. We'll see if they can repeat that success as they look to head up the field. Kept alive there by number 12, Kendall Magnard. Will eventually roll over the sideline. Henderson asking for a bit of an assist here from her teammates as Magnard gets her stick in the way. Able to disrupt the pass and allow for Hask to pick it up. Hask swings it down the field. Taken back by Lindsay Arsenault. Swings it all the way around to the other side of the field. Rose Bannon trying to keep it alive, able to do so. Good speed from her and stick work also to have that ball tiptoe right across the line. Unfortunately, it looks like it might have just rolled over a bit. That's what the umpire is saying here. Big swing coming from White. Trying to find Hask, but taken off by Busher. That ball just getting caught up right in the feet of one of the Falcons on the attack far side of the field. Looks like that might have been Miller. She tried to catch that pass in stride. Turn as soon as it touched her stick. Sanford now back into the contest here for the Falcons. Ten minutes gone by, 5 remaining here in the third. Hawks up by a significant margin. Moving the ball so well here is Parker. Just outside the circle, low across into the middle. Looking for an opportunity here. Ostrowski didn't see anything she liked, elected to go backwards. Still in possession now are the Falcons. Back outside the 25, they'll reinsert rather quickly. Boucher. Miller keeps it alive. Emerson, nice job by her. One defender on her back, now a second coming. Able to lay it off. Bianca Corpus gets whistled for a penalty there. Well outside the circle, Sanford will restart. Finds Parker in the middle. Parker looking for some room. Too many defenders though. Turned the ball away off the doorstep. Back inside the 25. Here's Bailey. Bailey with some room, caught up in traffic. Specifically Rose Bannon, looked like her foot got caught there. Stops the attack now for Cox High School. A couple more substitutes. Joey Savino back onto the field. In the midfield, also Allie Kasser. Good transition game here. Henderson has support with Magnar. Rolls off her stick, out of play. Cox on the restart. Here's Froelich. Past one defender, but stops with Bella White. She's able to take that one away, but runs out of real estate on the near sideline right in front of the camera here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. Great interception. I believe that's Lexi Henderson. Able to pick that pass off, rolling off the stick of Leathers. Goalkeeper coming off her line, Abby Spear, able to kick that one away. Halfway in between the 25 and the midway line. Nice clearance there. Difficult for Salem to continue that attack, as they didn't really have numbers. It was sort of a bit of a quick fast break down to the other side of the field, as this one inside the circle. Savino passes it along right in front of the cage, unable to put it on target though. That one slips right between Savino's legs, still in play. White battling for it. It looks like that one rolled out right over the end line. Not a problem for the Sun Devils, as they'll look to restart after it went off the Cox player. Off an errant pass. Swung along by Pisterman. Caught up in the feet of Corpus though. Unfortunate. Cox back on the ball. Savino up towards the middle. Shot turned away. Ostrowski into the back of the cage. Another goal on the board for Cox. Make it a dozen. Looks like Savino getting an assist on that one. It might have been Ostrowski who touched that one last for the Falcons. Couldn't quite see. Almost a defensive stop coming out from the Salem defense, but just couldn't quite keep it in. A couple inches too late. That ball was on the underside of the crossbar. Coming out of their own territory now, Lexi Henderson moves the ball up the field. Key interceptions, take it away at the 25. Cox with possession, move it around back up towards the center. Here's Bannon. Shot coming low and on the ground. Really nice job by the goalkeeper there, recognizing that the ball was outside on that shot inbound. We'll jump over it. So Cox, final score here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. Cox wins 12-0 over the Salem Sun Devils. Thank you so much for tuning in to this game, brought to you by Shine Time Power Wash and Paint. Who likes painting? Shine Time does. Residential, commercial, interior, and exterior, they do it all. Visit shinetimeinc.com today for your quote. I've been Austin Urge. Thanks so much for tuning in, and stick around for some Chesapeake High School field hockey action coming up after a bit of a break. I've been Austin Urge, and we'll see you next time.
New DQ rotisserie style chicken bites. I never thought unbreaded chicken this good was possible. I love you just the way you are. Finally, chicken that is tender, juicy, and flavorful all by itself. Thank you, DQ, for giving me just what I needed. DQ, happy tastes good.